Good evening to everyone. As you all know that my name is Divya Singhal and Srinath. We are the GD coordinators of MBA Journal under the Training and Placement Cell. Today, we are here to conduct a GD of the given and assigned topic, that is IT sector in India. Will it helps in the future growth or not? Who will begin the first?
Yes, like the topic is IT industry in India will create more jobs in the future. I think it's helpful for India. Like if we are talking about the IT structure in the future, it may be a growing future in the upcoming years, because the rapid rise of the IT structure in India is very fast and very vast. So I think it's helpful to India. If we are talking about some stats, in the year 2021, IT industry in India, about 35 billion people are employed, and in the same year, the IT industry contributed 8% of the GDP. So now you can imagine that the how IT industry are contributing in our GDP growth, and it's helpful to the employment, giving employment to the people. So it's I think it, in my opinion, it's a bright future of IT industry in our country.
I agree with you, Srinath. Today, IT industry has become the backbone all around the world, and India is becoming the hub of engineers. A lot of work regarding softwares is imported in India and then being exported back to the foreign countries. For this, one such reason is it is very costly in foreign countries to develop softwares and websites. This work is done on hourly basis in foreign countries. That costs a lot. So in present day, 40% of softwares are being imported from Bangalore, sorry, exported from Bangalore, and 8% of GDP is contributed by software. So it has a bright future.
Yeah, Diksha, you are right. As you all know that the IT sector is emerging a day by day, because there are lots of the reason. As you all know, that best example for that is a Sundar Pichai. Sundar Pichai is one of the best example for that, because he is as an Indian, and he is now working as a CEO of the Google. So as you can imagine, and there are some of the more of the companies who are well in the IT sector. The main companies are like Wipro, TCS. They are the whole mark who are emerging a lot in today's time. Ajim Premji is one of the best examples, also one of the example for that, because there are some of the leading examples who are emerging the IT sectors, and after the globalization and after the demonetization, digitalization is emerging day by day. So due to the fact that IT sector is growing day by day, and we all know that the IT sector, because of these reasons, many of the engineers are making their career and enhancing their career in this sector. So I think there are lots of the scope in this sector, whether we will go for the many of the companies like TCS, Wipro, Tata, and so on.
Yes, Divya,
Yeah.
I agree. It is also estimated that in coming 10 years, the jobs in IT industry will get doubled, along with the better academic facilities and the research for subjects.
Yeah, regarding TCS, all in past 2 years in Corona, all the companies have stopped making their profits, but TCS was booming at a very good pace, because it is software company, and it was making so much of profit, because you can do work by staying at home only.
Yes, I am agree
Yeah,
with
Diksha.
Diksha. Yes, if you are talking about if you are talking about the not about the country, but if you are talking about the world, there are some experienced or some experts are saying that they are estimated that in the coming 10 years, the number of job in the IT industry will get doubled, along with the better academic facilities and greater research for the subject of information technology and its practices. So if we are talking not if it's a not bright future of IT sector in India, but it's throughout the world. So it's growing rapid. It's not growing, but it's it's rapidly increasing day by day, and it's helpful to the employment also, like the education among the peoples, and there are a lot of facility also provided by the IT sector to the their employees. And if I was earlier told about the contribution of GDP total, if we are talking about the previous 2021 year, according to the some new challenge, 8% of the IT sector contributed in our GDP. So it's more beneficial, and it's a bright future in of IT sector in not in our country but throughout the world also.
Yeah, one of the main importance and the advantage for this, that in the IT sector, even we are doing the work from home. Now at the time of the corona, as you can see, the only sector which is growing is the IT sector. So we can see that there are the lots of the scope which is emerging, because in corona time there is a one more scope ultimately enhanced by their own ways. So due to this fact, the IT sector is growing, and more of the people are now engaging for this sector. So more of the it also has in the employment opportunity. At the time of the corona, people are suffering from their economic crisis. So now the only the fact is IT sector who provide employment to their livelihood. But there are lots of the difficulties that some of the people are facing, that studying for the ITs or doing the ITs work, they are suffering some of the crimes, because people who are working in the IT sector, they are also engaging in some of the cyber security crimes also. They are doing the just the hacking of the people, and now lots of the and lots of the budgets are also including in that, because due to this fact, thus sometimes when the reservations for any of the vacancies form are raised up, then at that time the sites being hanged. So people suffered a lot of those facts. They all are the reasons behind that is the IT sector. There are because everything has an advantage, and some there are the disadvantage also. Now this point that people are using the things in a different and in a crime way also.
There is a negative perception also. Some people like they have doubt about their IT careers, that they don't possess the required skill or the knowledge they need to. So the proper training and development is required for them also in their industry.
Yes, I am agree with your point, Neetu. Like if you are talking about some there some, challenges also which IT industry facing in the future in our country. Like if you are talking about the high employment rate of IT professionals, according to the corporate survey, only 20% of the Indian engineering graduates are considered employable because of lack of skills and absence of right attitude. So this type of challenges also we face by the IT sector in our country. And if you talk about the like changing technology and changing the trends, global advisory firms there, and if you are talking about the example of McKinsey and company declared that nearly half of the workforce in India IT sector will be irrelevant. And over the next 3 or 4 years, it was backed by CEO declaring 65% of workforce is not trainable and not keen on upgrading their skill. So this type of things are major challenges which India are facing in IT sectors. So we should take the initiative to give the best training to their employees and to the people, so that so then the people are encouraging to the IT sectors, and they have a lot of skills, and they give their best in the IT sector. So we should take initiative to give them a training and enhance their skills, enhance their productivity. So so this kind of work we should be kept in mind, and according to them we will work on in IT sector in our country.
IT sector
Yes.
has good pay scale, good work-life balance. People can operate their works from anywhere in the world by sitting at home or by traveling or anything. opportunity to travel world and live abroad. You can do it anywhere and work with people around the world. One of the best things about the IT sector life are the flexible hours. The IT jobs have great working hours, but even within those, lots of managers allow from work from home.
Yeah, I'm agree with your point, but I just want to add.
Yes,
Yeah.
Diksha. Now the world is impossible to move without IT technology. Like the world is moving towards touchless and remote technology, as we can see in some countries like Japan. As compared to Japan, we are still backward in terms of IT, but we are developing in IT sectors also and promoting new innovations.
Yes, and if you're talking about the, we are knowing that the future is uncertain. So if you are talking about the, workforce diversity in our country is, we are not knowing about what happen in the future. And if you are talking about the, like, in nowadays computers are replacing the manpower, and they are, knowledge of the humans are also replacing by the computer. So it's a major problem, or it's we can say that it's a major challenge which country will face in the IT sector. So we can say that this is also a major challenge which we IT sector face in our country.
Yeah, Shina, these some of the that we are using now at the time is smartphones, because by the after the time of the corona period, now people are using more of the smartphones because digitalization is favored. So these smartphones, tablets, iPads, these all are the best. These all are the best applications which are provided by the help of these ITs. So I think IT sectors are emerging a lot in now in today's time, because they are giving a lots of services which we can't imagine in our the traditional times. And in today's time we can't survive without them. As you all know that there are the three main things which are important for our livelihood. First one is our food, clothing, and the money. And now at that time, these mobile pads are most important. And now at we our people, some of the relatives are living abroad the company, because of the IT sector their programmings are involved, and now we can do the video conferencing with each other. And now at that time we are doing the GD, because these GDs, these online GDs are the best services which are given by the IT sectors. So I think IT sectors are emerging a lot, and they are helping up, and they are helping a lot in today's time. And these things are provided that we can't imagine in our old and the past times.
Yes, Divya, but there are some drawbacks of this also. Now people are becoming lazy. They don't want to do any hard work. They just want to complete their work very smartly. They don't want to move from here and there. So this is also a major drawback.
But using of their technology in their own hands, as some things have some advantage and disadvantage also. It depends on us how we will use it, whether we will use it in an efficient manner or we will use it in a misbehaved manner. As you all know that the social media are also the, we can say that the last and the touching part of the IT sector or service sector. They are giving the social medias for the enhancement or for the commercialization also. But in today's time what people are using, they are using just for the hacking. So hacking is one of the part of the cyber crimes which is included by the cyber security. So I think it's on us how we will use it and how we will misbehave it.
Uh,
Anybody else?
yes, like we, or if you are talking about their, pros, it's there are lot of in our country, lot of cities are, above the IT sectors. Like if you are talking about the IT industry was concentrated around Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai, and then lately the focus has shifted to other cities also, like Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Pune. So this is important, and if you're talking about the important reason for the shift was the establishment of engineering and IT colleges around the cities. And the colleges kept preparing the talent and qualifications required by the companies like Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Pune have also emerged as today's day in a IT hub. So the we are saying that the main cities, the main hub of IT sector, like I was told about the Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, and now they are also working on the Hyderabad and Pune and Kolkata also, because in our country our government had to take initiative to opening their IT colleges, IT universities, and they providing their facilities in Hyderabad, Pune, Kolkata cities also. So it's beneficial to improving IT sector in our country, and it's help to the people or students, and people are encouraging, people are motivating to do the hard work in the IT sector, and mm, to give some work, and give the sign their light up the name of parents as well as the country. So it's a big beneficial to the those persons who have to enthusiasm to, or we can say that the ability to gain the knowledge about the IT sector. They can also move to the Kolkata, Pune, and like we can say that the Hyderabad also. They don't go to the the Delhi, we can say that the Chennai, and this type of major cities.
Mhm.
Yeah, Shirak, you are appropriately right. As as I already told you that the IT sector has given a lots of the services and given a lot of the benefits to us. So somehow or that they are helping in the production sector also, marketing sector also. Not only they are benefiting in the engineering part also, they are helping and providing their services to the marketing, to the production, to the finance sector also. So, because they the softwares like Tally, they are also the part of their IT sectors. Because without them, our accounting department cannot run properly in today's time. Because handling a lot of the paperwork is not easy in today's time. So Tally like softwares, like MRP like softwares, these all are the best softwares which are provided by these our IT sectors. So they are helping a lot, and I think there is a great future in coming time, because in as our looking our youth of our India and all of the world, people are going beyond the mind, and they are using some of the traditional techniques and advancing them in according to the modern technology. So I think there is a lot of the scope, and there is a bright future in the IT sector.
Divya, there may be a bright future, but maybe for some selective cities. Like if we see in Haryana, in Hisar, there may be majorly one or two big, like there is no IT industry, no IT company. There is only Jindal Steel, a big company is there. And if we see in Gurugram, it is an industrial hub. There are a lot of industries. Like the government is majorly taking selective cities to develop them. The government is not putting any effort towards our city or in other cities like Sirsa or the surrounding cities.
Yes, Neetu, I absolutely agree with your point. The way our country, our government have taken initiative or have to work about this type of things, like they build their IT sector or IT institutions to every district. So then the students are knowing improve their skills, enhance their skills, and knowing about the IT sector, and they will work in future also in IT sector. So it's also a big issue to in our country for so we so in my opinion, our government have to take initiative to provide the IT institution to the every student to the every district. So then the students are able to study in IT institution, and they will work in IT sector for our country also. So now if you are conclude the GD, if you are concluding our topic, the world seems impossible to move without IT sector now. We are agreeing with this point, and it is a developing path and deserve well-paying jobs from the beginning itself. Job opportunities are quite high in many foreign companies like Tata Consultancy Services, Wipro Technologies, Yahoo, Google, Tech Mahindra, and lot of this. Also, the India-US technology relationship has also been an important factor in determining jobs in the IT market. So, we can say that the in our country, the future of the IT sector is bright, but we are taking some good. We have to taking some steps to improve their facility. Like Neetu was already talked about the institution of IT institutions, and we can say that the teaching of teaching of the ITs, teaching about the ITs in the small level also. So we are focusing on this type of things, and definitely we will improving. We are growing in IT sector in our country, and if government are supporting the IT sectors, they definitely we can say that the 2 or 3 years, within 2 or 3 years, we will reach the we will improve the contribution in our GDP also. So this is the conclusion of our today's GDP. So thank you guys for giving your precious time to us. Have a nice day.